This is Scott from Hexus. I'm talking to Nick, and we're discussing latest graphics card launches and, in particular, NVIDIA's response to ATI reclaiming the performance lead. Now, I've spoken to NVIDIA a fair bit recently, and their main messaging strategy is to promote the benefits of other sort of more software-driven things like PhysX and CUDA. And they're hoping that consumers will overlook raw speed, which is where they're currently at a disadvantage to ATI stroke AMD, and look at all these other bells and whistles that they have. So to you, Nick, as a nominated bog standard consumer, do you find the argument that having PhysX and CUDA and all these sorts of things on an NVIDIA graphics card is going to convince you to buy one of theirs?
Well, two things really. First off, I know what PhysX is. Yeah, I know all about PhysX because I've written about it and I've spoken to the PhysX chaps, and I know that basically NVIDIA have bought all of PhysX. So it's all just
they bought AGIA, which is
AGIA, and that's it. So they're putting PhysX on there after the whole thing of Havoc FX. That was a bit strange. They're probably feeling a little bit silly now because Intel and AMD have you know decided they're going to plough their support into Havoc. But on the next one, I haven't got a foggiest idea what CUDA is at all. I wouldn't even know how to spell it. I'm thinking kudos, but with an A on the end.
CUDA, I think it's an acronym, but I can't remember what it stands for. Well, I'll tell you.
I can think of some things, but
yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Okay, so what is CUDA?
Always dangerous starting an acronym with C. I find.
Yeah, exactly.
So CUDA, I know very little about it as well. I'll stress in advance, but it's a programming language which is apparently open source, or at least open for other people to use, including AMD, and it enables people to make programs which can run on GPUs as opposed to CPUs, graphics cards as opposed to central processing.
So they actually make programs with it. It's not like an interface. It's not like an API.
I believe so.
Like
I believe so. I mean, you know, we're not going to get too far into something that neither of us know tons about. But
well, I know nothing, and I'm just admitting.
Okay.
That.
Well, there's one program that NVIDIA told me about yesterday called something like Bada Boom, which speeds up the rate at which
Fifth
you
Element.
can something like that. Yeah. Or Bada Bing, like the sort of mafia pizza type of thing.
Yeah, casino.
Bada Bing. So this is Bada Boom.
Okay.
And apparently it speeds up
so if you don't buy that graphics
video.
cards, you put a horse's head in your bed.
Exactly. Make you an offer you can't refuse. Which is to transcode your video more quickly than you could before. So that's one feature you could get from...
Because I often sit down in front of my PC and go, I wish I could transcode my video faster.
Well, for maybe if you watch video on your iPod, you need to transcode it into a special iPod.
Yeah, that's what that time of day called overnight is for.
Yeah. Well, they're saying no longer. You can do it in faster than real time. So you clearly still don't find that too convincing.
No. Sorry, should I not be drinking tea right now and actually be talking to you?
That's
I
quite
thought
all right,
we were going to carry on.
No, that's quite all right. You do what you want.
Okay, so just run it past me a second time because I really...
Okay, so long and short of it, with NVIDIA's proposition is... with our cards, you can have improved physics, which, as we know, is the sort of processing of physical interactions in games. And you can have these other extra bits where you can have third-party software that's been specially designed to run on CUDA. And they're saying, isn't that great? Mr. Consumer, are you convinced?
No.
Okay. What would they have to do to convince you?
I have to apologise to the NVIDIA guys out there. I mean, first off, you got to just sort out the speed because there is that whole kudos thing of having like the fastest like card and all that sort of thing. But as you know, my opinion on that is that the cards are just superfluously quick to the gamer's needs anyway. So from a game point of view, I mean, I can understand there's probably applications for sort of like high-end video processing and that sort of thing where you would want that kind of thing, and other people are going, ooh, but it's not mainstream.
Yeah.
And so what the proposition needs to be. It's quick and it's at a value price point.
It's still sort of bang for buck.
Especially in this day and age. Everyone's feeling the credit crunch. I mean, it's like, what was it, 125 for diesel or something like that. It's just come down a bit, which is great. I'm concerned about price. And PC gaming or using a PC, I can use my graphics card from 2 years ago quite happily if that means that I'm saving myself 500 quid and that means I can take the family away on holiday.
Okay. So in summary, I pretty much agree with you on all of that, Nick. In summary, NVIDIA
We agree.
We do. It does happen.
It's the first.
It's trying to make an argument for benefits of owning its graphics cards above and beyond pure speed of games processing. And we think that it's got a struggle on its hands to make the mainstream consumer understand this message, however valid the message might be.
And for once, we're actually in agreement with that.
So there we are. You've been hearing Scott and Nick on TCAAC on Hexus TV.
So do we kiss now?
Mm.